What I can say about my childhood was amazing. I really enjoyed my childhood. I was surrounded by love, friends, from friends and family. I was a chilled child. I don't know. I I always like doing things. I used to get myself involved in street games. We used to play, even though it was hard for me to engage because of my disability, but I always find ways to enjoy myself. And there was this moment where I will never forget when I was trying to ride a bike but still be on my wheelchair at the same time. But I fell so badly. The sad part, it was that day, it was my birthday, but I was just a child who liked exploring things, be surrounded with friends and not being indoors and feeling sorry for myself. I was just an ongoing person, ongoing. Yeah.
Okay, I am not surprised by all of this. I've met the child in you, and if I would sound like a mother now, I would say Ntefo Usto. I have melt,
Ah,
I have met the child in you, and you melted my heart in such a beautiful way. I've never found myself having to behave like a baby myself just because somebody is a baby. And that's just who you are. I really love and miss the times that we had together. Your spirit is exactly the same. What exudes now out of you speaking to me like this is the same person that I met, is the same person that I spent years with, and I saw you become a woman. And we are going to talk more about that. It's just something that I want to do quickly, right? I am going
okay.
to share my screen and play the clip that I said to you introduces this conversation between me and you. And after the clip, I want you to tell me what the song reminds you of. I have my own memory of the song, and you should tell me what it reminds you of, right? So
Okay.
I'm quickly going to share my screen now and say, ha. Hmm.
Oh, why I feel so nervous now.
Don't, don't. So here we go. And that is Casper in your vest, right? Okay.
I love this.
This song has a special place in my heart, thanks to you.
How so?
You don't remember. That's why I say, to me, I still remember the child in you. And when you were talking about your childhood now and what you did, and that incident where in you, I'll call it a condition for now. It's not I don't want to label it because you have given me no reason to label it because you are a full, active and loving and full of life being. But you in your condition trying to ride a bike. I mean, who would want to ride a bike? Okay, but Ntefo would, right? Ntefo would, and
Beautiful
that is
word.
a moment in your childhood that just summarizes who you are. You are still living like that person, even to this day, who wants to ride a bike. So, because you don't remember what this song means to you or to me, I'll tell you what it means. So,
Yes, please.
during the week, you'd come to work, okay, in your other car, right? But on Fridays, and remember, we used to work in an open space environment. work in an open space environment, and most of the times me and you were disruptive. Me and you were noisy. Me and you were always laughing and hugging. But on Fridays, on Fridays it was the worst, because every Friday you came to work in your gushesha. And you would come in with all the excitement and making noise down the corridor, and I would be standing up and joining you in your mess. So every time I played this song, Baby Girl, I remember just how much of life you used to spread around. And I've watched you through these years, and I realized that you still do the same. You still give us a reason to want to live more, to want to not let go, not doubt if today is the day we should be alive and do things. I admire that for you. You still give me that reason to want to have life. So every time I listen to Casper in your best Kushesha, I'm like, ooh, I can see my girl in Kushesha. And sometimes you'd even spin it. And I'll be like, is she not scared for or something? You know? But you always gave me that assurance that, look, life is to be lived, and continue to live it as God has given it to you. You really make me appreciate life. Thank you so much. As we move along, I want you to tell me about your career life. I know when we met back in 2015, you were still an intern. I remember the one most difficult day I ever had was when I had to interview you. You know, and I was sitting there with the panel. I won't mention names of the other people I was with. And I was so excited to realize that after the interview, each panel member felt the same way about you, because I was scared. I was actually worried that people would probably say, oh no, she's biased because it's her baby. I mean, everybody in the office knew you were my baby. We spent lunch together and everything. But you gave your best during that interview. And I had never, even to this day, I can't even recall any. I had never mentioned this before, but on that day, I had actually experienced positivity and excitement from a person like no other. You were so confident. You were so sure of your future. And I want you to tell me about that future. I want you to tell me about where you've been, where you are today, career-wise.
Okay. I'm currently working at Holland Insurance since 2014. So I started as a learner in 2015 when we met. I was an intern. Then the following year, I was made permanent at work. During those times, I completed my studies in business management, and I graduated in 2019. I've developed so much since then, and I moved departments within the company as part of my growth and development. And currently, I'm busy completing a course in leadership. And before the end of the year, I'll be completing a course in business analyst. And my passion, I strive to become a successful woman in this society.
When you mentioned to me before the interview what you're doing